Hey, my friends. Welcome back to another episode on our channel. Today I want to talk with you about how I became a millionaire at 25 and steps that you need to take to become financially literate. When I first began my journey to success, I often wondered why the school systems never taught us about money. As I continued to grow up, I would trust my elders to teach me about money. I would ask my parents, I would ask my preachers, I would ask my teachers. I would even ask my employers and my bosses, and then I realized that they could teach me the things that I wanted to learn about money. I soon discovered that most people knew very little on this topic, or their advice was pretty basic. Isn't it amazing that over 90% of the population is still financially ignorant despite the fact that this information is becoming increasingly available for very cheap or even for free? The internet is awash with tons and tons of financial knowledge, and everything is easily accessible with the click of a mouse. There are two main reasons why people don't get the financial education they need despite this information being extremely cheap, and in some cases, completely and totally free. Reason number one, conventional wisdom. Here's the truth. Financial education is not conventionally okay. Most people will give you a mindset of scarcity. And if your mindset is wrong, you will never attract money. For example, you growing up, your parents and relatives might have been telling you money doesn't grow on trees. And money is the root of all evil. These lies that people tell their kids are stopping people from taking the necessary steps to a better life financially. That probably explains why all around me I find multitudes who prefer to spend their whole time praying to God or playing the lottery and hoping for some sudden financial breakthrough instead of doing something practical to better their lot. I know of others who spend their time blaming other people or the government or ill luck instead of learning a skill they can use to earn money. Another widely held but wrong concept is the negative connotation towards debt. Debt is not that bad, if you know how to use it. But a vast majority of people unnecessarily vilify all categories of debt because they lack financial education. Reason number two, comfort zone and self-esteem. In order to generate money, the rich believe that you need to be confident and have decent self-esteem. Self-image is important. In order to become rich, you have to first of all believe that you truly deserve to be wealthier and happier. If you don't, you can never become rich. Think of it like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You have to first visualize yourself rich. This confident, charismatic rich image you see yourself in your mind will give you the needed confidence to continually act out of your comfort zone, and this is critical. A billionaire once said, "Most people are not successful because they are afraid of success." This is true. In order to become successful, you have to step out of your comfort zone and take risks. For example, if you want to start your first business, but you don't have any money, you might first of all have to take the risk of getting a loan from your bank and incur thousands of dollars in debt, which is out of most people's comfort zone. Charisma and confidence are some of the key ingredients you need to become rich. If you don't have the confidence to take the necessary action, you'll never become rich. So before actually getting into financial education, you have to first work on yourself and your mindset when it comes to risk-taking and failure. Confidence will give you the strength and the courage to take risks and grab opportunities. Essentially, you're playing the role of a rich person. And this might include living above your means sometimes. And please don't get me wrong, we shouldn't live way beyond what we can afford, because that is how people end up in serious financial trouble. As long as you're disciplined and wise about what you're doing with your money. While living below your means is conventional wisdom, you still have to also spend your money on things that give you confidence and make you feel good. Do you seriously think that depriving yourself of a pair of tennis or a hamburger would make you a millionaire? Instead of living below your means and saving a penny here and a penny there, start gaining new skills that will make you money in order to support your desired lifestyle. This single trick will have a huge impact on your mindset. You'll start seeing more opportunities where you can make money. Over the years, I have come to understand there are 5 ways for me to learn the lessons I needed to do in order to become more financially literate. So in this video, I'm going to give you those 5 steps. So make sure to take a lot of notes, because here I come. But before we begin, what exactly is financial education? Financial education is the possession of the set of skills and knowledge that allows an individual to make informed and effective decisions around their financial resources. It is also called financial literacy. If you are looking for improvement in your personal and financial life, you might be looking for financial freedom and financial independence. It means that you want to reach a point in your life where you no longer have to depend on family, a job or a company that you don't like for money. Investing is very important, especially when you are interested in multiplying your money. Friends, here's the thing. You will never ever get rich long term by working for someone else. You have to start investing. Whether you like it or not. A fundamental rule of the game is this: don't invest in what you don't understand. There are many types of investments such as stocks, bonds, real estate, and forex, just to mention a few. But I want you to know the single most important investment, and that's in yourself. Invest in yourself. Before investing in anything else, you have to invest in the development of your money-making machine, your brain, getting the knowledge necessary to operate a business, financial education included. Your industry and your niche are going to eat you alive, unless you are always updated on what's going on. Stay up to date on all information that matters to you and to your success. Invest in your business. If you buy or create a business, you will probably want to expand it. If you want to do so, you need to put some money into your business in order for it to grow. Regardless of the type of investment that you choose, you have to understand what you're getting into. There are rules to follow. But equally, there's a lot of misinformation out there. There are always scammers ready to take advantage of you at the slightest chance. So you have to be very, very careful who you listen to. Do your research before putting your money in something new or seeking advice from a professional. Friends, whatever you do, remember this rule: never invest in something that you do not understand. With that out of the way, these simple tips that I will share with you today will elevate your money game and take you to a whole new level. As long as you're hungry for knowledge and dedicated to the process. I'm going to give you all of this distilled information for free. We don't yet sell books, webinars, or online courses on Achiever's Lane. All the knowledge on this channel is completely free. So if you want to show your appreciation, click that like button and the subscribe button right now. Step number 5 is the most important, so ensure you watch the video right to the end. Step 1: talk to experts. When I launched my transportation business several years back, I had no prior business experience and no specific experience managing a fleet. I made a mistake of not talking to people I knew who were already into the business. Soon right after starting, I ran into all types of issues and had to auction off my fleet. Looking back, I believe my business might have flourished if I had reached out for expert advice from someone more knowledgeable. You see, my friends, when it comes to money, you want to talk to professionals that know exactly what they're talking about, and can explain things in simple language. So many people get confused about money, because they get turned off by one simple conversation with an expert. Sometimes when we talk to experts, it can be extremely challenging, and many of us can get easily turned off, because they get straight to the truth. And as soon as they look the numbers, they tell us exactly what we're supposed to do. And many times, we get overly excited or sometimes nervous or emotional, and it holds us back from achieving our financial goals. For example, I talked to a close friend who is also an entrepreneur, and he told me a story about how his container from Europe got stuck in the high seas for more than 6 months and he lost more than $60,000 due to wrong shipments and late delivery. This singular mishap almost totally bankrupted him. However, he slowly recovered financially, and from this experience he learned 2 key lessons. Firstly, he learned the importance of diversifying his portfolio. He learned never to put all his eggs into one basket. That way, if one of his businesses suffered a mishap, he could rely on his other businesses. Secondly, he learned to double-check and triple-check future shipments prior to loading. I have applied these lessons to my business with good result. You see, my friends, when you understand the money game, you can grow your money. Step 2: do your research online. There's so much research that you can find online. For me, the 3 biggest online platforms to acquire financial education are 1. Google, 2. YouTube, and 3. Udemy.com. Whenever you study online, be sure to exercise your discretion and be able to quickly spot and discard opportunistic online coaches whose sole interest might be to rack up views. Stick with credible sources who can strategically help you to reach your financial destination. You have to ask yourself these questions: how professional is this advice? Is this coming from a credible source? Has this person done their research? Does he seem to know what they're talking about? And does she really care? Step 3: know your figures. The third step to becoming financially literate is to actually know your figures. Because when you know your figures, you're going to grow your money. For instance, you have to know your bank account, you have to know your credit score. You have to know the state of your affairs, and how much money you spend on a daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly basis. Surprisingly, there's a lot of people who pay scant attention to these facts. And they go about their days, and they don't even think about checking their accounts, or reviewing their credit scores, or understanding how their money actually works. I remember once suggesting to my spouse that we should start writing down our every expenditure in a notebook in order to better understand our expenses. I remember how she laughed off the whole idea and called it bizarre. This anecdote represents the cavalier attitude of most people towards tracking their expenses. You see, my friends, if you pay attention to money and try to understand how your money functions, then the universe will bless you with more of it. But if you ignore it, then the universe will take it away. And that's why so many people end up broke, because they don't understand the things that they need to know about their finances. If you understand your financial picture completely, then you're going to know exactly what action steps that you need to take in order to get to the next level of your finances. I know this may sound bizarre, but it actually works. One thing that you can do to develop interest in your finances is this: try to get up close and personal with money. You can actually examine your currency, pick up the coins, pick up the dollars, or euros or pounds and start to thoroughly examine your money. Start to read the currency's label. Think about the person that's actually on the picture, and study where they're coming from. Study the numbers, study the design and the colors. You're seeing, my friends, if you study your currency, you're going to learn a lot more about your country, you're going to learn much more about your economy. You're going to learn much more about what you need to do in order to get more of those coins. In order to get more of that cash, I want to give you a fun challenge. Within the next 24 hours, try to find every single coin and every single bill that you can find and begin to examine it at once. I guarantee, you will learn so much more about money once you decide to interact in this way. Step 4: Read books. Look, my friends, our libraries are paved with gold, and they are filled with financial advice if we pick and choose the right books in our life. Now you have to decide which books you want to read. Now, I tell you this, I have read hundreds of books on the subject of money alone. My personal 5 favorite books are: I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi, The Automatic Millionaire by David Bach, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and Millionaire Fast Lane by M.J. DeMarco. It is shocking how the vast majority of people that ignore this topic, I believe because they think it's a taboo subject. My friends, I want you to know that you don't have to fear one of the most important subjects of all time. You see, countless wars have been fought because of money. Kingdoms have risen and fallen because of wealth. Families have fallen apart and men and women have died over this very special subject. Yet so many people ignore talking about it. You see, if you understand exactly how money works, you understand exactly what you need to do to alleviate your own financial situation. Here's something that I've learned throughout all these years of studying money. There are only 7 things that you can actually do when it comes to your finances: earn, spend, save, invest, give, pay debts, and of course, gamble. Now my question for you is this: how come we never learned this at school? Or in church or work or from our parents? You see, my friends, everything you can ever want to learn can be found within a book. And if you apply yourself, you can really study the material that will help you to understand your whole entire financial situation. Step 5: Taking action. The 5th and most important step about becoming financially literate is to apply what you learned. There are so many people that just become self-help junkies. Maybe they heard everything I said and what other people have said and they've done their research, and they know a lot about their money. But they don't actually do anything to earn, spend, save, invest, give, pay debts. And of course, we're not going to gamble. Dear viewer, you have to act on what you're learning. If you're learning about business, but you never do business, then what's the point of studying business? If you're studying ways to improve your cash flow, but you don't actually improve your cash flow within the next 12 months, then you're just wasting your time. Dear viewer, you have to challenge yourself and act on the precepts that you're learning. If you're reading books, and you're researching online, and you're talking to experts, then you should take that information that you're getting and apply it in your life. This is the fastest way to become financially literate. Just think about it, wouldn't you be better off reading just one book and acting on that book if it helps you rather than reading a dozen books, taking tons of notes, but never taking any action at all? My friends, when you act on what you learned, especially when it comes to money, you multiply your knowledge and you earn so much more. Now I'm going to tell you straight up, you may make financial mistakes, but that's okay. Don't worry. As long as you learn from those mistakes, and try not to repeat the same mistakes. So there you go, my friends, I just shared with you 5 steps to becoming financially literate. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button because I have so much more that I want to share with you. If you like this video, make sure to type yes in a comment section below. I have so much more that I want to explore with you. So, make sure to follow us on Facebook. so we can continue spreading sunshine in your direction. Again, this is Achiever's Lane, and we look forward to your financial success. Please make sure you share the video with family and friends, and remember to act on this knowledge.